I met Ralph about 44 years ago when we both worked together at the New York State racetracks.
She did the purchasing, I ran the operations. We found working together early on was something suitable for both of us, so I decided to marry her. My name is Ralph Bianculli, founder of Emerald Brand. We have 3 children, RJ, who is our oldest, Jacqueline Mary, and the youngest is John Paul.
He was born what appeared to be healthy. At about 3 months old, we noticed that he started having seizures.
John Paul suffers from a condition called Dravet, a genetic disorder, which is a disruptor in the genes. We realized there's certain things that take place in the environment that can have detrimental effects on the body itself. I wasn't a doctor, neither was my wife, but we learned a lot.
Having John Paul in our lives has been such a blessing. He's so inspirational to have around. He also has taught me so much. You know, he's just made our family be able to appreciate the little things.
We love him like any other child, and we feel his future is with us for as long as we're on this earth.
My father got into the sustainable business. He was working in the paper and plastics industry. He realized a lot of the detrimental environmental effects that were going on. Really roughly at the same time, it kind of intersected when my brother was born. Became very, very ill from external environmental factors.
John Paul was the catalyst to where we are today. I was working with a large corporation, and we were working with materials which at that time I didn't really take into consideration how harmful they were to the environment. It was a pivoting point in my life where I decided to take a different route, was fortunate enough to be in control of my destiny. And with that, we explored different types of materials that we can use in our business.
I was actually very excited when Ralph told me that he wanted to pursue the sustainable end of the disposables world. I thought it was a great idea. I backed him as much as I could at the time. I mean, I was trying to raise 3 children. He was on a mission, and he was going to accomplish that mission if it was the last thing he did, and he did it.
Emerald Brand consists of close to 300 different products, highly consumable materials that you use every day.
Toilet tissue include products like hot cups, plates, cutlery, napkins. We don't make them from traditional plastics. We actually make them from the byproduct or the agricultural fiber that comes from mainstream crops like corn, wheat, sugar.
So the materials we use are completely organic, highly renewable, aggregated from farmland after they harvest their crops. We take the fibers, we have the technology, we convert it into paper and plastic materials, hence the finished products you use every day.
It definitely takes courage to be able to try something new. So a lot of people really were not familiar with what sustainable products were.
Very challenging adventure. Many of the major manufacturers that I actually worked with and distributed their products thought I was crazy. And it was up against that green products do not work, that this technology will not function. And so it was an uphill battle from day one.
20 years ago, when the idea was brought about to create consumable and disposable products that didn't have any trees in them or didn't have any plastic in them, that aren't recycled, so that the origin of these products is not trees or plastic, it was almost like a sci-fi tale. It's evolved into a reality. There's such an incredible amount of hard work and effort and failures that came with building something like this. How many no's, and people said how crazy we were, and this could never be a mainstream thing, or it's a fad. Our traditional competitors are still making products from trees and from plastic. And where does it go? Well, only 9% of all the plastic that's actually put into a recycle bin is recycled. That means 91% of that is either going into the ocean, it's either being burned, or it's being thrown into a landfill, and it's never, ever going to degrade.
The volume of disposable products that is consumed is tremendous. You're talking about millions of cups and plastic utensils and straws. All of that product was actually being put into dumpsters and dumped in landfills. And today, we're able to offer people those products that can actually be turned into compost.
I'm encouraged by what our clients tell us every day, that they love what we're doing, they enjoy what we're doing, and they believe in what we're doing.
And once we were able to generate our environmental impact statements that actually visually showed these companies what they were saving, and they were able to track and measure that. It just became like wildfire. We got every major bank in the country, every major law firm office in the country, universities, hospitals, cruise lines.
My life really has changed in a lot of ways. My focus today is how can I get younger people to embrace what we have started?
When you have a really intelligent business mind that also has passion behind what they're doing, those are the companies that really change the world.
What we've done will help the future generations live in a healthy and sustainable environment.
People truly believe in what we're doing. They're not buying a roll of toilet paper or a cup or a plate just to buy a roll of toilet paper or a cup or a plate. They're doing it with a mission and a passion behind it, similar to the mission and passion that we had by building the company.